Hello everybody, Cadgerman here with another episode of Caching with Cadgerman. I'm out on the eastern plains of Colorado for a couple of reasons today. One is to find some geocaches, but I'm also combining my other interest in railroads today in search of the Union Pacific Big Boy train, which is going to be coming through this area in the next hour or so. I hope to include some good footage of that in this video as well. But first, there's a few geocaches to find, including one that's about 250 feet behind me by the fence. Let's go see if we can find it. The hint was 165, and it turns out it's at the base of this sign here. Kind of a weird deal. The GPS was initially pointing back there by that fence that I went and hiked over to, and then all of a sudden it said it was 400 feet to the south, and then I found it. GPS receivers can be weird sometimes. Let's go find another one. My second country road cache is just over here by this post, I think. Let's go see. So cache number 3 is by this tree back here. You need to watch for snakes out here. Rattlesnakes are very common out in this area. Hopefully I will not see one. Let's go find this cache though. No snakes, but a lot of bees over there, so I made it quick. People don't usually think of Colorado looking like this, but the eastern plains from the Front Range all the way to Kansas looks a lot like this. Not many trees, in fact there aren't any trees visible from here. But there's lots of caches out on the plains, including this one here at the base of this post. In fact, the eastern plains of Colorado are loaded with caches down roads like this, and you can drive for miles without seeing anyone. Even stand in the middle of the road and nobody's going to bother you. Might see a few cows along the way. This road I'm on heads out to the east off of Interstate 70 here, and this next cache is right by this tree, I believe. Ah yes, the old preform under the bark by the tree trick. The train, when it comes, will be coming from that direction. I think it's got at least half an hour before it gets here. But I'm standing right by a geocache. You can see a couple other people down there that are waiting for the train. This might be a good place to watch it, actually. You can see Interstate 70 over that way. And along this barbed wire fence are posts, including this one with a nice geocache by it. As I was heading to the next cache, it was going to be the last one there in Haugan, Colorado. I was walking towards it and I looked to the left and the train was coming. So I quickly shifted my focus to catching some video of the train instead of the cache. So here's some footage of the train heading by at that location. After that train went by, we headed north to Deer Trail, Colorado. We didn't actually look for the cache that was right there. We headed north to Deer Trail and got some close-ups of the train in Deer Trail as it was stopped and as it headed out. So here's some footage at that location, along with several hundred other people. Maybe we doubled the population of Deer Trail today. With everybody's focus on the steam engine, I thought I'd take a look at the 3 tenders. Oh, they're huge. And the backup diesel, which is numbered 4015, one above the 4014, the big boy. really enjoyed seeing the big boy pulling its train there through parts of Colorado today. That locomotive is well cared for these days and has been touring around the U.S. for maybe a couple of months. It's heading back to Cheyenne, Wyoming in a couple of days where it will spend the winter. Hopefully it will get out in about next year as well, and that will give us another chance to see it somewhere interesting. Thanks for catching this episode of Caching and Rail Fanning with Cadgerman today. Please subscribe to my channel, take a look at some of my other episodes, and I hope to see you somewhere down the railroad tracks or somewhere down some trail somewhere, maybe in the mountains or who knows where. So until then, take care everybody. So long.